to be smart if you do it. There's that improvement right here.
Pickup trucks sporting the power of more than 300 horses have a hard enough time making their way through the vast wilderness of the UP come winter. But these diehards won't let a little snow dampen their spirits.
Yeah, I mean, the scenery, as you can tell from around here, is unmatched, you know. It's just so much fun. And the camaraderie we have with the guys, you know, we all meet Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, usually Saturdays and Sundays. So we all get out and we try to pick a different place all the time. It's kind of neat. It's, you know, we can go on like hiking trails that people walk. So we can go exploring, you know, it's kind of fun to explore. Go up Parlour Lake Road to the top of the world.
Take a right and go to Big Bay?
Yeah, if you want.
And the exploring bug isn't limited to the 100-plus members of the Range Mountain Bike Club. Outdoor outfitters like Downwind Sports are seeing a spike in interest as more and more riders mount up on lightweight, high-octane snow bikes like these. In fact, this year they sold more aluminum and carbon frames than ever before.
Bikes are getting more specifically tuned for more flotation. They're better for riding in not just snow, but sand and loose surfaces, snowmobile trails. You can ride them on the beach.
Which happens to be part of the North Trail system that Danny and the crew frequent. Not nearly as warm as June or July, but scenic nonetheless. Until recently, this side saddle push was all too familiar for those wishing to ride through the winter months.
Definitely the last 2 seasons we're realizing we've got all these bikes out there and people have no dedicated place to ride them, so we're trying to carve in our own area so that we can go out and ride, not necessarily disrupt snowmobilers or cross-country skiers or hikers.
And the Range Mountain Bike Club's done just that, developing their very own snow bike trail in Ishpeming and Negaunee, one of the first of its kind in the U.S.
We've been riding packed snowshoe trails with regular mountain bikes for years, but this is definitely adds traction, adds flotation, and just a bigger degree of fun and enjoyment.
You can hear it as they pass by like an exuberant flock of geese.
Yeah, that's our brakes.
Oh. For Danny, it's just another way to take advantage of the UP's unique winter sports scene.
About 6 years ago, I had shoulder surgery, and I wasn't able to ski in the Nokamenon. So I was kind of looking around for different activities that I could do in the winter time, and Surly was just coming out with a snow bike. I didn't really want to spend the money. I thought it was just going to be a kind of a niche thing, and I started looking around on eBay and came up with a fork and a fat tire and kind of made my own snow bike. So that year, the Nokamenon, after all the skiers left, I rode my bike down, and I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. And so I did it the first year by myself, and then the next year it was starting to catch on a little more, and I had 5 or 6 people. And then the next year was probably 6 or 8 people, and hence now we have a snowbike race after the Nokamenon. So.
And Danny's no stranger to the racing world. In 2011, he competed in the 135-mile Arrowhead Race in Minnesota.
It was probably in the low teens below zero, 15, 17 below zero when we started. And continually got colder the rest of the day. That night, the lowest temperature that I seen was 41.2. My thermometer on my jacket would read 40. That was as low as it would go. So it was very cold. And you know, I had friends say, "Well, did you think about quitting?" And I said, "Yeah, I had thought about it all the time, but there's no place to quit too."
But here in the UP, there are plenty of breathtaking respites nearby. So amateurs like myself can try to maneuver these meticulously crafted machines.
There's a little more balance involved. Sometimes, you know, the snow is real tacky. You get, you know, excellent grip. Other times, like today, when it's a little warmer, it's a little slipperier. You got to let a little more air out of your tires for a little better traction. So there's the bike sometimes on fast downhills, it's got a mind of its own. And, you know, usually the landings are pretty soft in the snow, so you don't deal with injuries so much. But there is a lot of falling involved.
It's a balance thing, actually. It is. It feels like you're riding a unicycle almost. There you go. That's a good analogy.
But for most Upers, resiliency is a way of life, especially when it comes to the outdoors.
There's no bad riding or bad weather, it's just bad gear. You just got to gear up if it's cold outside, dress warm, and get out and play.
A local film crew was able to capture the essence of the snowbiking movement for a documentary called Cold Rolled, which is already garnering national attention within the industry.
You know, a lot of people didn't know, let alone that the fat bikes were around and what they could do with them, but a lot of people didn't know we had the trail network here, so we're definitely getting calls and, you know, visitors to the area that we weren't getting before that just had no idea what we had going on here.
It's even been entered into the Mountain Film Festival in Telluride and the 5 Point Film Festival in Carbondale, Colorado. So as winter extends its stay into spring, hop on board one of the fastest growing sports not only in the UP, but the country at large. For ABC 10 and CW5, I'm Rick Tarsitano.